Hello everyone, my name is Riley and this is the RDW Glass YouTube channel. Be sure to tune in every single Tuesday for new glass blowing content. Today, this week, our video will be color coordination number 2. If you didn't catch color coordination video number 1, that's where I explained that I'm going to be doing a monthly video reviewing one color in the glass world. And I hope this helps new glass artists kind of have a better understanding of the colors we have to work with. And I hope that maybe this will inspire artists to use the colors that I'm working with if they haven't used those before. So today's video is about the color Slyme. Now, I keep showing like half rods because I clip mine in half, but remember a full rod is about this long, or is this long. So, this size rod of Slyme costs $8 about, it's like $7.94. I'll put that on the video screen right now. That way you can see what the color costs and what it looks like when you go to mountainglass.com. Alright, so as you've seen, the rod of Slyme is $7.94, but you also seen that if you get more than 16 rods, which is a pound, because they're ounce rods basically, so if you get more than 16 it becomes a pound, and the price per pound of Slyme is $110.56. so if you get more than 16 rods, it's $110, and you could definitely make your money back on that. It is one of the slightly pricier colors for sure, but like I said, you can get your money back on it because it looks really cool. It has this look to it, but once you get it hot, it becomes very much so like a slime. And what we're going to be making today, I use this to make my like ghouls around Halloween time. I'll make ghouls, like little ghosts, but green, so I call them ghouls. And I'll also do monsters, or you could even kind of make like a drippy look, like two little like water drop kind of looks, but out of slime, and you can make it look like there's slime dripping. You could also do little containers. You could make something that looks like a container out of black or gray. Yeah, you do like a gray cylinder looking thing, and it doesn't have to be hollow, just a solid gray cylinder, and then you put a little bit of slime on top of it, and that would make it look like a container holding some slimy substance, which is really cool. And today we're going to be making one of the ghouls, but I'm going to do it kind of more of like what the Ghostbusters went after, kind of like my ghouls are usually just like almost, they're very small, but today the Ghostbusters is going to be, we'll probably use like that much of this, which remember the full rod, if the full rod is $8 each, if we use quarter pieces, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8. So if we only use a quarter of the rod, we're only using $2 of material, and we could definitely sell a ghoul pendant around Halloween time or any time of the year, because there's a lot of people who enjoy spooky themed stuff. So if you make this ghoul pendant, or this ghoul that we're going to make, and we'll turn it into a pendant, that means that you could probably turn that $2 of material and 10 minutes of time, 10-20 minutes of time, into sell the piece, a ghoul pendant for 40-50 bucks if you do enough little details on it, just meaning like instead of just one solid shape, it's got some like ripples to it, kind of like the ghosts in Ghostbusters has. And in that form, that's what we're going to do. Proper ventilation for proper inhalation, you know, no fumes. Remember, propane first. I have a fan next to me because it's hot as can be out here. Propane is our flame, and what happens when you add oxygen to a flame? It gets hotter. So we have precise oxygen. Precision. Remember, the glasses cut away the flare. Necessary for us to not get flash burn on our eyes. I'm going to do is take this color slime, get it nice and hot. The question whether these are borosilicate or soft glass is always going to be borosilicate. You see on a torch, on a bench right here, it's almost, if I'm not making beads, and you can make beads out of these too, but always borosilicate. What I'm doing now is just working the heat down the rod to get rid of that color that we have on top and get it to all look slimy. And once I start losing balance, I'll grab like a punty and kind of attach it to the other side. Help us work on it a little better. I just want to show this too. You can see that milky color going away, and we're getting more of the slime into play. Just attached to that punty. We're going to keep working our heat down the rod, collecting as much as we need for this project. And you want to take it slow because you want that milky color to go away. You don't want to get it too hot and morph and mush too quick, because then the milky color can be stuck on the inside. And that's not good for our project because we want the slimy, milky color to go away completely. Let's just use the rest of this stick. Nice blob to work with here. I'll put a quick picture up of the thing I'm going for. Kind of want to make a monster somewhat like that, but instead of 2 eyes, we're going to give it 1 eye. Becoming a little smooth, and we don't want it to be smooth. We want it to look like that monster, which has like wrinkles all over it. And yeah, I did just think, how am I going to make the hands coming off if I just used most of that slime? I have some other slime to the side. We'll have to... Oh, you know what? I have a punchy, or not a punchy, I have small pieces pulled of like green, and we'll use those. I took the time to smooth all this out before I wrinkle it again, and that's because I want to make sure all the glass is melted together in a proper way. Let me get these wrinkles done. And this part comes down and out, like almost like a tail that you see some things have, some ghosts have. Bend it back and like to the side a little bit. Straighten that back out. But we'll have to pull it forward more because if it sits on someone's back like that, we don't want it poking into them. Let's get this off here. And we got some clear left on the top, and I want to get all that off. So. And then you see we have some random who have you. We dip it in the water bucket, give it a tap, it pops right off. We're back to a fresh situation. Now, I have an eyeball millie right here. How did you make that? Well, I have a video on how to make millies. Go check it out. Pretty sick video. Sick in a good way. I just used my marble mold to kind of roll his head, kind of round it off a little bit. And then I'm going to keep the front. And pop this out. Cool. Let's use our knife. Whoa, what you doing with a knife in the glass world? Well, check our tool talk video on the knife. And I'm going to use, see if I have, this is black, but I wonder if I have some black string here. Yeah, we're going to use black just to make a hole for a mouth. Add most of it, kind of make like a big mouth. He doesn't need a nose. You see things and eat them. right? It almost looks like a cool alien head. You know what? I see something different in this than a ghost now. I see an alien becoming like a little cyclops alien instead of a ghoul. You know what we can do? We can give this guy, he's got some ears. What? Never mind. We can give him some like tentacles coming off the side of his head. These are his ears. Let's give him some more. Some more like weird things to his head. It still kind of looks like a version of a ghost. But I'm seeing an interesting alien face here. I'm going to make these ones more ears and make the spiky tentacles on top. Nice, definitely looks more like ears now. A little switcheroo. Some dots all over the back. Some texture to the guy. Hit it with a high propane flame to kind of make sure that those dots melt to the piece and not into it. It still looks like a little smushy character. You know what? That's pretty awesome though. Get people to see what they want in something when it's not an exact thing. Today we have our slime creation. I'm going to attach this here, and he's going to be attached to a bowl. I'm going to attach him to the side of a bowl, a slide, or a hand pipe. You know, one of those. But this is our slime creation. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video on the color slime. The color slime is what we use today. My little guy, let's reattach him to the bungee. Almost grabbed it with my hand. I'll just attach them there. Like that. That way I can either attach them this way or this way. Today we use Slyme to create this guy. He's got some nice texture to him. Pretty cool guy. I hope you guys get the color Slyme, and you know, feel free to send me a video on Instagram of the creations that you end up making with the color Slyme. I will be very interested, intrigued to see what you guys create using the color Slyme. And I think that we're going to call the video there. Thank you for joining us for color coordination number 2. And remember, I post weekly glass blowing videos on here, so be sure to tune in for the weekly content. And if you're interested in daily content on my Instagram, which is RDW_glass, go there, and I post daily. I feel like I have to sneeze. Boom, no need to cut the video for that. Quick sneeze and we're back at it. So everybody, stay safe, stay lifted, peace. Happy melting.